weeks ago, I was sitting at the kitchen table with my wife, Katya, and we were talking about what I was going to talk about today. We have an 11-year-old son. His name is Lincoln. He was sitting at the same table doing his math homework. And during a pause in my conversation with Katya, I looked over at Lincoln, and I was suddenly thunderstruck by a recollection of a client of mine. My client was a guy named Will. He was from North Texas. He never knew his father very well because his father left his mom while she was pregnant with him. And so he was destined to be raised by a single mom, which might have been all right, except that this particular single mom was a paranoid schizophrenic. And when Will was 5 years old, she tried to kill him with a butcher knife. She was taken away by authorities and placed in a psychiatric hospital. And so for the next several years, Will lived with his older brother until he committed suicide by shooting himself through the heart. And after that, Will bounced around from one family member to another until by the time he was 9 years old, he was essentially living on his own. That morning that I was sitting with Katya and Lincoln, I looked at my son and I realized that when my client Will was his age, he'd been living by himself for 2 years. Will eventually joined a gang and committed a number of very serious crimes, including, most seriously of all, a horrible, tragic murder. And Will was ultimately executed as punishment for that crime. But I don't want to talk today about the morality of capital punishment. I certainly